Dunno. Okay, yeah, I see that we have switched scene on the stream. Good indeed. So last time we left off, I just finished Crusade. You will see that three more of the missions have appeared underneath, or two more rather. That's because I was testing something. Somebody in the chat last time said I should play the Age of Empires 1 original campaign, so not the expansion campaigns, on Age of Empires 1 itself rather than Rise of Rome, because Rise of Rome screwed up the AI for the original campaigns, allegedly. I don't know the specifics of what he was trying to get at. But I did test some things. I looked at the way the AI built up in the start of a couple of scenarios. Particularly, I looked at farming, which is, if you remember, was the one where the enemy were across the river into the north from last time. And then I also checked A Wonder of the World and checked their behaviour in both, and it was basically identical. But I actually thought the Rise of Rome AI was a little bit more intelligent in the way it built up its base, especially in farming. There's a little bit of natural food, but aptly given the name of the scenario, the AI does actually need to build a market so that it can put its farms down. Because a market is a prerequisite of a farm in Age of Empires 1, unlike AoE 2. And it doesn't do that in Age of Empires 1 until about 15 minutes, by which point it's run out of food and it's been only chopping wood for absolutely ages. When I watched them do it on Rise of Rome, they built the market in advance, so that they already had it ready, which I thought was a massive upgrade in intelligence. And also, they're better at scouting the map, which means they're more likely to attack you earlier. Now, that may be a pro or it may be a con, depending on individual levels, because some of them will have been designed with the developers like wanting the AI to attack you after a certain time elapses or in certain patterns, etc. And if the Rise of Rome AI attacks you earlier than the developers anticipated when they were working on Age of Empires 1 before they developed the expansion, then that may well make some of the scenarios much more taxing and might need you to cheese them a little bit potentially on the hardest difficulty bin, which is where the AI will usually send quite a lot of what it has at the start to you within the first few minutes, if it manages to find you early on. That's not so much the case with Age of Empires 1. Another kind of indicator of that is we did trade, which has got the one with the ballista that belonged to the yellow people in the left hand corner. That comes to you at like minute 7 in Rise of Rome. In original Age of Empires, it barely moves, or it takes a hell of a long time to show up at your base. So we can clearly see that the level design and the way the AI works in Rise of Rome actually changes the gameplay experience quite a lot. Generally to make it more challenging as far as I can see, but there may be some scenarios we encounter where if we played them on original Age of Empires 1, it wouldn't work. Maybe they would be more challenging that way around. But we had to choose one or the other, and I think Rise of Rome is more intelligent on the whole. So let's go into River Outpost. I said I'd do this one at the start of this stream tonight because, at the start of the stream not quite as many people are watching, and this is a quite boring scenario. Basically, I'm going to start on the right hand side. There'll be some land on the left hand side, a river in the middle, and there'll be an island with some towers and animals on it, and I've basically just got to go and put my own towers on it, and then it's GG. And there's almost no enemy to fight. The only kind of interesting thing is I actually think it says build 2 guard towers on the island, and then over here it says you can any type of tower will fulfill the objective. There we go. And that's actually not true. I'm pretty sure you have to use a guard tower. So this is output. This scenario inspired by fortifications being placed at strategic point in Egyptian history. Anyway, I'm gonna play this one through quite quickly because not a lot is actually going to be happening. See if I can be a little bit more successful with luring the deer today, the gazelles even. I think the game sounds a little bit too quiet. I've started to kind of fix that up a little bit. I can't bother to lure more than one deer. So I'm going to go down here a little bit to build the dock because I know the towers are roughly here. And I should be able... Let me know how the sound levels are, guys. There were some problems with that a little bit the other night. Mainly, I think the game sounds are a little bit too quiet. I've started to kind of fix that up a little bit. I can't bother to lure more than one deer. So I'm going to go down here a little bit with to build the dock, because I know the towers are roughly here. And I should be able to have safe fishing if I go down here somewhere. What age are we in? Bronze. So I'll need to go to the Iron Age to build guard towers, I think, because I think that's the final upgrade for the towers. Is N for market? Yep.
Oh, thank you, you wonderful man!
Thank you for the subscription, Nemo. That's so strong. 15 months. Incredible. One of our longest supporters. So let's see where these towers are. Over there, so I better go and fish over here. Yeah, people saying the atmosphere is better on AoE1. Yep, I fully agree with you. That's why I've had like such nostalgia for it, and why I was actually I was so looking forward to doing this playthrough on stream and showing some people AoE1, because I do think the atmosphere of it is superior to AoE2. And even, like AoE has lots of technical advances that make it much better and like gameplay design advances that make it much better for competitive multiplayer, but as far as just the atmosphere and everything goes, I fully agree with you. Should probably have got plough before I built that one farm, but whatever. The tension is so strong, the threat. Yeah, I'm under such threat whilst playing this. Don't know, this guy could die. I had an elephant-induced fatality when we were playing before, the other night. I need to check the resources that I'm going to need to go Iron Age. So really, basically, I'm going to have to just do nothing but build up the resources to go Iron Age, build some ships, destroy those towers, and then land and build my own towers. That's basically it, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm going to need 800 gold as well, which is quite a lot. I can see the obsession with the cheats is also renewed in earnest from the previous time. Should probably have gone on gold a little bit earlier, because I'm going to end up with the food way earlier than I need to have had it. I'm also going to need a couple of buildings. Let's go with the government centre, because I need that to be able to TC on the main island. And I guess siege could be useful, even though I probably won't make use of it. Any more fish in safe locations, not that aren't next to towers? Possibly there. Those fishing ships will probably be okay with the watchtower's lack of ballistics. Should be able to go Iron Age now. Let's cancel that and just go up. Make another dock as well. And this is the time to start building ships. Transition most people off gold now. I think we can afford to do that and just go on wood instead. And food. Because I just want some triremes, which are the Imperial Age version of the ships. Forgot you up here. What's the range on these towers? 5+2. 5 versus my 5+2, so I can start attacking already. No sense in wasting time. Oh, turns out I don't get triremes. That sucks. Probably land a stone thrower on that shore to speed things up. You're shopping from a really stupid location. Oh yeah, I just hadn't reached the Iron Age yet. What the hell am I doing? That's I clicked trade boat. Someone will have spotted that I did that and be laughing. So I got the trireme upgrade. These things are pretty beefy, and on water maps in this game, like, you can just take out the land stuff so easily. Like, I even feel like water control can end up being more important in AoE 1 than AoE 2, possibly. It's a bold claim, and I don't have much to substantiate it. But you can do so much damage. Oh, cheeky alligator going for the villagers there. Kill him with a stone throw. Did he just survive what a stone throw hit? Holy crap. Now I just need to upgrade my towers, which is here. But I don't have the stone yet. Transport some more people over, speed this process up. Is there a stone mining upgrade? I think it's in the market, but it doesn't look like I get it. That's the Egyptians, that is. Perhaps some of the other civs get it. It's fine, you screw up the grade boat, it's still a learning campaign, dear me. Yeah, I think I've probably gone past the point where I get a little bit of immunity for that sort of stuff. I'm going to get guard tower before I build the towers, just in case upgrading them to guard tower and then placing them and then upgrading them afterwards doesn't work. Because I know that this scenario has some bugs in it that doesn't I think possibly related to the towers, like some people who had problems completing it. But let's see. Just wait for this guard tower to kick in here, and then we should be done. Let's have a look what's going on in the chat. Okay. No, there's anywhere special I had to place them, or just on the island? Just on the island. Hopefully this works, and this is going to be the end of River Outpost. That was built insanely fast on double speed. I'm going to slow it down just before we finish, and victorious. There we go. As those of you who are watching it tonight will probably remember, the game does crash in between missions for me. I don't know why. I think I've got a slightly messed up installation of it, because it's an installation that I've basically moved across different computers over years and years. So I think I've got the game on my memory stick at the moment, and then I installed it up fresh onto this computer from my memory stick, and it's working well enough, but there's some issues lingering there. So let's head into Naval Battle. Now this one is the first one, I'd say, where the difficulty level really spikes up, because you will get attacked from across the water by people who have quite a lot more stuff than you and have a little bit more of a technological edge, and it really depends how early they find me and start attacking. I could be faced with the difficulty of being out-teched on the sea and then also getting landed at the same time. So the objective is to land on the island of the Libyans, which is going to be over on the other side of the map, and recover a stolen artifact, which is kind of like a relic from Age of Empires 2, except for the fact that it moves by itself. You don't need to pick it up with a priest, the Age of Empires 1 equivalent of a monk, and they don't give you any gold either. But they're in some game modes, including random map, they are a victory condition, I believe, and you can set them as like victory conditions in scenarios as well. But let's head in. I have to get going. Wood is going to be one of the most important things for me to start off with, although it looks like, actually no, I'm not doing too bad at food because I've just queued up villagers and been dumb. Because the easiest thing to do in this scenario is if I can stop the enemy from landing me, that will be the best way. Probably should just transition people a little bit more to food though, to keep the villagers going in the early stages. Because you see I've now got an idle TC because I didn't put enough on food at the start. All my kind of, in ASC I can just look at my economy and balance it almost without thinking about too much. But obviously with AoE 1, right, all that like competitive multiplayer experience and stuff, it doesn't happen. So if I can get up to about 3 or 4 ships and then get War Galley pretty quickly, I should be okay. But if they start attacking me with multiple War Galleys before that, this guy's stuck. That's when things start getting hairy. Just do a build up and get landed. Yeah, get landed. Okay. Get landed by a ton of chariots and stuff, I think, is what they come with. This isn't very efficient hunting over here, but luring the deer is just, it's too try hard. I can't be bothered. get one more scout ship and then I will save for the war galley upgrade. I need to stop calling them deer as well, just because from the AoE 2 influence. They are most certainly not deer. How much does this war galley upgrade cost? Okay, not going to be able to afford it for a while. I'll get a fishing ship. So the enemy is over here, and there's an island over here with some towers and lions on it, but nothing much else. And that's basically it. Can afford war galley at this point. Also quite like this upgrade for extra wood cutting, carrying, and also range at the dock from my ship. So surprised I'm not being attacked already at this point. I guess staying close to the shore has helped with that, but normally I'd have expected a enemy scouting ship to have found my dock by this point. Maybe... Are they really only just building a dock now? That would be crazy. If that's their first dock, then I am flabbergasted. Because every time I've ever played this one on any kind of difficulty, I've always come under attack pretty quickly from the water. Seems like all their ships went over to the right hand side of the map, which works out pretty well for me. I certainly don't mind that. But since they did do that, it's going to make the scenario massively, massively easier. Because I've got the head start on water. Oh, I need houses. Noob. Go and get some gold. Don't know if you can go to the Iron Age in this one, actually. Well, after all the big build-up, because they didn't build a dock early enough to actually start causing me problems, it's actually going to turn out to be fairly straightforward, I think. But let's check the range on these towers. 6+1. Now, the towers, I think, always seem to hit you from one tile further away than they should be able to. I believe I always used to experience that, and it used to really annoy me. Oh, misclick. But let's try that hypothesis out anyway. See? 6+2, getting hit. 6+1. Very strange indeed. Ah, they made a second dock somewhere. Because I don't know how that fishing ship that has got there. Should probably think about what kind of landing force I want. I guess Chariots would work pretty well. Yeah, I thought so. Units being dumb again. Now, Chariots are one of the most important units in, and Chariot Archers particularly, one of the most important units in competitive AoE 1 multiplayer. They're kind of like the light cavalry of AOC, but also not, because there is a scout line anyway. They're a trash unit, but they're pretty much as powerful as the... Well, not pretty much, but certainly much closer to being as powerful as the night line than the scout units of AoE 2 are. I guess there's no real equivalent to them in AoE 2. But they're pretty damn good, make a great rush unit. And just general fighting unit. But like, kind of the equivalent of a fast castle into chariot archers, which are sort of like the cavalry archers of AoE 2, is something that you would see a fair bit of in multiplayer. But there is also a horse archer unit, so that does also create a difference between, say, Hun cavalry archers or whatever. Probably should have got a few more guys before actually going across there, but I was being impatient because I was housed. But if I can go over here and just get villagers, that's really gonna slow them down a lot. See, they've got some axemen. That's the artifact. I might even try and sneak it out. Those axemen are really weak compared to my chariots. Okay, I don't want to attack towers. I want to kill villagers mainly. See if I can even sneak that artifact out. Oh, I just noticed I'm playing on super speed. I thought it was getting really fast. So they did make another dock here. See if I can sneak this artifact out. Well, that's the game, the scenario successfully won. That's the easiest run through the scenario I've ever done before, whenever I've done it on a hard difficulty anyway. Because normally they're attacking you rather than you attacking them. There's a couple of times that, I don't know what I'm making new resource building coming after completing the scenario, but there's a couple of times I've built a scenario up and then it's turned out to be more straightforward than expected because the attacks that I anticipated haven't come. So let's do a little bit of overlay progress update.